In this video, we are going to be discussing the digital divide and the very important question, how can we bridge the digital divide?
First, let's clarify what the digital divide is. It consists of a gap between those that have access to technology and those that do not. This gap is known to create a gap in learning and abilities in this digital age.
Accessibility is a concept that is very relevant to the divide. Accessibility in education means ensuring that all students have access to the resources and tools that they need in order to both complete schoolwork and succeed academically. Some students have more accessibility, like home computers, laptops, and tablets, while others may only have a book and a pen.
Some high schools now have the privilege of providing every student with an iPad. Commonly, higher technology is being provided to schools and families that can generally afford the technology on their own, rather than being provided to schools that truly need the resources.
On the other hand, there are districts all across the country and schools around the world that are lacking when it comes to this technology. Funding has become a huge problem. Most of these schools just cannot afford the technology they need and are left using and sharing old, outdated devices, if anything at all. A school district in Philadelphia has one computer for every 2 students. They have very little access to computers, and 60% of the computers they own are over 5 years old. Not only is Philadelphia struggling with the digital divide, but also 2/3 of U.S. school districts are cutting back on regular maintenance and replacing computer equipment.
Due to the increase of technology in schools, it's becoming more necessary for students to have access to internet at home as well. However, this is a problem for many students and is unfair to expect every student to have access at home. Although we cannot change a student's situation at home, there are multiple ways they can obtain internet access outside of the classroom.
One example is public libraries. Most have access to computers and internet and are open past school hours. Schools and libraries should work together to ensure students use them to their full potential. This is a temporary step towards providing accessibility for students, but we need to work towards a more permanent solution.
Many ideas have been introduced and do seem to be making good progress to bridging the divide, but we still have a ways to go. Some of the situations introduced include BYOD, or Bring Your Own Device, opening computer labs, and providing netbooks for students.
Bring Your Own Device entails that students that own a laptop or tablet bring it to school to use. If students bring their own devices, schools do not have to find funding to provide laptops to each student. In the end, schools would be providing devices to a smaller percentage of students, but still offering their students an equal education.
Computer labs have also become a common idea throughout schools. As we work toward providing computers for every student, schools can offer the use of computer labs and computer carts. The downside to this type of solution is that they are usually in high demand. The school would need to offer a sufficient amount in order for them to be helpful.
Some schools have taken this step towards providing a device for every student. It is clear that this will take a great amount of funding, but in the long run it should prove to be effective. The superintendent of a very poor school district in Arizona with an extremely low graduation rate introduced Project Graduation. This program collected money from local companies in order to purchase netbooks for students to use in the classroom as well as at home. Within 3 years, this program was able to greatly increase the number of graduates.
Bridging this technological gap is going to take time, but it's possible. It is important that students have support at home and at school, and it is helpful for these two communities to be intertwined. Schools deserve equal opportunity to strive in school, and it is our job to make this possible by providing them with the popular technological resources. We need to start small and in the end close the gap that is the digital divide.